Welcome to the Arts Depot. I'm Karen Moore, Arts Administrator here at the Arts Depot. 30 years ago, some artists came together and refurbished the old historic freight station in Abingdon, Virginia. They made it into 7 resident artist studios with 3 galleries that rotate exhibits year-round. It's a really fun place to be.
Hello, I'm Nancy Gerritsen. I am a resident artist of the Arts Depot. In fact, I'm one of the original artists here at the Arts Depot. And when we first came, our first job was to make our own studios, because this was a big empty place where they had all of the things that they were going to be putting on the train and taking off of the train. So we didn't have anything. We built the walls, we built the doors, we made it all what it is today. And because I was one of the first people here, I was able to make the best studio for myself as I possibly could. And I have this wonderful space to work, and I have been working here for 30 years. Well, what I do is I am a weaver, and I weave tapestries. Tapestries are woven pictures, and you put different colors in different places, and they make pictures. Traditionally, tapestries are flat. And when I first started out, I did what you're supposed to do, but then I started to experiment, and I've been having a wonderful time, and I have developed what I call three-dimensional tapestry. Now, three-dimensional tapestry, I'm still weaving everything flat, but instead of just doing one piece, I do lots and lots of pieces. I put them on top of each other, and I put stuffing under them, and I make them three-dimensional. Now, the project that I'm working on right now is a commission. The people commissioned me to do a weaving of the family farm. And they sent me very old photographs, and I took the photographs and turned them into sketches. From those sketches, I have them with graph paper so I can see the picture, figure out the places, the measurements, and make the pieces so that hopefully they'll all go together and come up with what I'm hoping to do. As you can see, it's not finished. The first thing I do is I make a frame, a wooden frame, and then I cover it with muslin so I have something to stitch to. So the first piece that I wove is the sky and the mountains. I attach them, stitch them onto the muslin, and then I put a little stuffing. And then I did the next one, and the next one, and the next one. See my stuffing? This is scrap yarn. This is all the little pieces that get cut. So waste not, want not. And now what you saw on the frame, on the loom, is the part that's going to be at the bottom. And that'll be a lake, and there's going to be a road, but this is the piece. Well, thank you for visiting me. I'm so glad that you could see a virtual show of my studio, and I hope that you'll have an opportunity to come and see us in person.
Hi, my name is Sarah Reese. I'm a clay artist, and we're so glad you came to see us at the Arts Depot. I work in clay. I don't call myself a potter anymore. I did for many years, but I used to sit at my potter's wheel. Still have one sitting over there with stuff on it. And I would focus on making nice, round, sensible pots, mostly for holding your food in. But along the way, I started getting different pictures in my mind that had absolutely nothing to do with serving food. And I gradually changed into being a hand builder and making lots of figures. Lots of cats, lots of dogs, lots of nativity sets. That's what I'm working on now, although this is Joseph. It will be. Here's a Mary. This is the first one I've started on this year. I realized Christmas is on the way, and I have some commissions that must be done. So you have arrived here when I am making crash set number 1 for 2020. And it's already spoken for. I've got several commissions, and so this is going to be an arm. And one of the questions I'm most frequently asked is, how long does it take? Well, it takes as long as it takes. But generally speaking, it's about 6 weeks from start to finish with something. I do many different things. I'm sure as you look around my studio, that is one of the things you'll notice, that I do just a lot of different things. There is wisdom in doing 2 or 3 things and doing them well. I just can't approach it that way. I've been at this for a gazillion years, but each day I get new ideas and I just have to try them. Each one involves a lot of time and a lot of different methods. So I'm a hand builder primarily, although occasionally I still use my potter's wheel. Where did I learn to do clay? Well, I'm pretty much self-taught. I grew up down in Bristol at a time when there was almost no art education in the schools. So I didn't really know what pottery was until I was an adult, and I was lucky enough to be involved in the founding of Holston Mountain Artisans, a local craft co-op, and met a lady who was teaching some pottery classes. And I thought, that's about the neatest thing I ever saw. And I signed up for a class, and I touched clay, and that was that. I meant to have a more normal life, but I didn't. I spend my life using my hands and making things out of clay, and it's not a bad way to go. Also very gratifying to be involved with nonprofit arts organizations. I was also a founding member of this organization. We're 30 years old this year, and I can't tell you how gratifying that is to me. When we started this organization, we had, I think it was 14 members, and today we have over 200, and we're still growing and getting better. We are sort of a community within a community. Artists of all kind are welcome here. And I think that's a pretty good thing. We sure are glad you came to see us today. We never know who's going to walk through those doors, but it's always very interesting people. We're glad you came to see us and hope you'll come again and again. And you will notice each time you come, you will see different things in my studio and the other studios and our galleries. We're just something else. So we hope you'll come see us again.
Greetings, welcome to my studio. I'm Stephen Reese, and I'm glad to have you here today. I've been here at the Arts Depot for 6 years. I do all the traditional mediums. Most of the work that I have on my walls is oil painting, though I have a couple examples of pastel, watercolor, and acrylic. I do a limited amount of ceramic work. I'm really mostly a painter. I studied for many years privately, went to college for painting and drawing, and I've done it and worked at my craft for over 3 decades. So I'm practicing. Here I'm actually doing a sunset. It's not finished yet, but it's the 3rd one that I've done from reference photo. Notice over here that I have a television. It's rather large, and I've embraced technology that instead of printing out my reference photo or using a tablet that's small, I have this large television, and I can stream my photos right to that as if I'm seeing it in person, and that's really helpful. I think it's important not only with my creative process to make it as convenient, as useful as I can, but the foundations of good drawing and painting on everything that I do. I would prefer to work from life, but you know how today is, people are on the go. So I use a lot of reference photos. You see, I do a lot of animals. Love animals, love working with my clients when I do commission work to create something unique for them. Wonderful thing about the Arts Depot is, of the 7 resident artists here, we're each unique with what we do. And it's a joy to be here. And I'm really glad that you came by. And hopefully, when you can get out, you'll be able to come and see us in person. I'd love that.
Welcome to my studio. I'm Rita Neighbors, and this is Joyce Samuels. Joyce had the studio here before I did. I've only been here about a year. I mostly do acrylics and some oil paintings. I like to do landscapes and animals. I do a lot of farm animals. Joyce does a little bit of everything, all kinds of art.
Yeah, I've been here since 2007. I'm Joyce Samuel, and my studio is right next door. And I do mostly animals. I do a lot of things in my studio. I do alcohol ink, and I'm getting ready to do a class next Saturday here. And I do mostly watercolor, some acrylic, a little bit of acrylic. I like to paint animals and landscape and flowers. I like to do a little bit, whatever grabs my interest.
There's always something different to see because we're always painting and we're always changing out the shows so that what's here one time may not be here the next time you come to visit.
Thank you for stopping by our studios, and we appreciate you coming. Hope you come back again.